Legend has it that it was written by the Dark One, the Kinonoimicon ex mortis, roughly translated,
Good movie.
of the dead.
Surprise, surprise, none of us did the homework.
I did the homework. I even sent you a YouTube link, and you're all
Okay,
like,
that
"Oh,
doesn't
what are we going to
count.
talk
That
about
doesn't
tonight?"
count. Watching a random YouTube video about aliens does not count as doing the homework.
Hold on. I watched Glenn Gary and Glenn Ross yet again.
That
And
sounds
it was
fake.
just as good.
That sounds
horror,
fake.
Jack
And
Lemmon.
first of all, that sounds fake. Second of all, when I asked you, what did you watch this week, Weenie? You told me D's nuts.
I said D's, but I also said actual movies. Goodfellas.
No,
didn't.
when you said D's nuts, Nasser thought that was an actual movie. He went on IMDb and typed in D's nuts. And like, oh, this sounds
Actually,
like a
I
banger.
went on Google.
Watch list.
Don't look that up and go under images.
This
for
is
the
already on
movie
my watch
poster.
list.
I went under images looking for the movie poster. You guys do not want to see the results I got. Anyways, Gremlins has a week left on Indiegogo. I mean, Creepsters.
Jesus.
It's not Gremlins. You know, I've tweeted that a couple times at Joe Dante. I've replied to him on Twitter saying it's not Gremlins.
And he's
Just
like,
hope-
please leave me alone.
No, I'm just
I told
hoping
you to
he'll
stop.
reply in some way. Like he'll quote tweet it and say, "What is this?"
I hope it just says fuck or shit. Just a swear
No.
word.
Joe Dante's like, I'm 75 years old. Looney Tunes back in action destroyed my career. All I do now is talk about Gumby and puppets. Please leave me alone.
The Creepsters hail from the noble race of the Gomgwai, so they're worth checking out. They're
How'd
reliable.
you know that?
I
If you
read it. I
spill,
read
uh,
the script.
And if you spill Monster Energy drink on them, they multiply.
That's right. And you can feed them after midnight, but you really shouldn't. It's not good for them.
Yeah, I actually get really angry whenever I go to like a bookstore or something, and then the cashier's like, "And you get 3 free magazines. What do you want?" I'm like, I don't want any magazines.
Ask if they have the Watchtower, dude. That one's a banger.
What's the Watchtower?
It's Jehovah Witness magazine.
No, what
Oh
you
my
ask
goodness.
is you ask for a Fangoria, Horror Hound, and what's that
Stormfront?
third one?
Yeah, and
Stormfront.
the Stormfront
Yeah, there you go.
magazine. That's the one.
That'll
Yeah.
put you on an FBI watch list real fast.
Fangoria's still desperate in my emails. I don't know if you guys have been getting those too.
No, I've never got an email from them. What do they say?
Constantly. And then one of them was from like a rep that was like, "Why won't you subscribe? Tell me a good reason."
Is
And I
it
was
one
like,
of those
"Jesus
cringe
fuck."
emails when the header is like, "We miss you, Weenie. It's been a long time" or something?
No, because I've never subscribed. So it's like, here's great offer and a t-shirt. And then one of them was from like the person and it said like, "Oh, why don't you subscribe to our magazine, please?"
I've never gotten an email from them.
It's great. I recommend getting on that list just to see them come through. They feel good.
Subscribe and we'll kick Robert Englund in the dick.
We will kill ourselves if you don't subscribe. We miss you. Please come back. I swear.
Right. Please respond. Linkovich does not
Honcho
ask for
magazine.
Honcho magazine.
Why don't you
Slipstick
Google
like
that,
that.
Nasser?
Magazine? What's Honcho? No, I'm not going to Google it. It's going to be
Come
something perverted.
on.
I know you guys.
I'll look it up. I'm a man. Oh my
you're
God.
one
Look
of
at these fucking
Oh.
beefcakes. Oh my.
Wait, what? Beefcake?
Oh, you could grate cheese on those abs. Oh.
Okay, Honcho magazine. It's a gay magazine. Why would you know that?
Yeah, why would you know that, Linkovich? Anyways, so do you guys actually believe in aliens?
I mean, I'm sure that if the universe is as infinite and vast as they say it is, that somewhere out there life exists. But no,
I
I
mean,
don't
as
think they've
Lovecraft
come
says it is.
They got to be
Yes,
out
but
there,
I-
right?
Like there's
Yeah,
there's
right?
giant
So much of
Italians everywhere.
everything. Yeah, I mean, there could be, right? Potentially.
Giant Italians. Isn't that scary, Mark?
giant Italians. Like, hey, I'm walking here. And
Hold on, what's scarier, giant Italians or a bunch of little Italians?
Oh, God.
Ooh, the world may never know. No, but really, you guys believe in aliens, or?
I mean, like we said, if space is as vast as it's allegedly supposed to be, and there's stuff everywhere, then there should be something else somewhere, right?
Now, I think what Nasser means is, do you believe in alien encounters? Have they actually come to Earth and been like, hey, bros, what's up?
No.
No, I don't.
Because it's mostly shadow people. Didn't they find that out when they were
Yeah,
doing
that's
research?
right.
People. That was lizards.
No, it's the shadow people that
What's
haunt
the
your
shadow
dreams.
people?
What's sleep paralysis? A lot of people get those confused because they're similar.
But no, it's a lizard people shadow person co-production. That's what
absolutely.
It's a joint venture
with Laura Mar Pictures.
You know what I always thought was funny when when you turn on the History Channel, it's got all these alien shows, and then they always say something like, "But the cave paintings, man, there's like aliens and humans in it." And I always just thought of that. I was like, that's like if you open up like a comic book or something, and there's an alien in the book, and people are gonna open and be like, Spider-Man's real.
It just means that Ugthar from the year 5000 BC couldn't fucking draw. That's what those aliens are.
Right. Right. It's like, I don't know, like cave paintings, like they're always supposed to try and tell stories or something. I don't know why people jump to like, it's real or something. Or like the funny ones are like when you see like those Facebook posts that it shows like a cave painting and it's like, look at this cave painting from 9,000 years ago and it has snails that are as large as human beings. I'm like, well, obviously they didn't know about perspective back then. They were just drawing snails and people.
Well, how would they even draw a bunch of tiny snails if their hands were so big from being cavemen?
Right? Can you imagine like Ugthar's drawing that on the wall with his hands and like Thorgak is behind him and he's like, oh, no, remember scale, Ugthar. Oh, this is awful. You terrible.
Right.
Me commission new artist.
Where are the perspective lines?
Tangents everywhere. Oh.
Andrew says, are we really still asking this? Tom DeLonge proved aliens exist last year. What does that mean?
Tom DeLonge was a member of Blink 182, and he started some foundation. I think it's For the Stars Foundation, because he claims, and I think he still claims this, that he's like a government intermediary to bring about what's it called, where they bring UFOs and aliens into the public spotlight. There's a disclosure that he's supposed to be a part of the whole disclosure thing, whatever that is.
So he's like the guy like in the movie when they're like, take me to your leader. Like he's that guy?
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Huh.
But he's a rock star too. But on Rogan, he just seemed pretty fucking crazy. So,
I mean, whatever keeps Blink 182 relevant, it's okay.
Right. So aliens aren't real. Aliens aren't real. I don't think so. I just don't think they're real. I don't think I just think I don't know, because then there's all. But what kind of bothers me sometimes though is when there's like if you remember on the new Unsolved Mysteries like a couple years ago, there was that one where like a whole city was like, no, yeah, aliens visited us. I don't understand like why people will say that though. That's what bothered me, because I don't believe they're real. But then sometimes there's like whole communities of people, like whole cities of people that say they're real, and so sometimes it kind of bothers me. Like, why would the whole city lie about it? I mean, just to get famous? Is that it?
But what were they basing it on? Like, there's communities that see UFOs, and I think those are just something different entirely, right?
I don't know. Like, there was this episode where, well, I'm forgetting exactly all the details. I don't want to screw it up. Mark, you might remember it, but there was this whole city that, like, all these people were like, oh, this UFO, we saw it, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, everybody in this community, like, there was, like, I don't know.
No, everybody they interviewed and showed the interview in the documentary said they saw it. The 500 other people they interviewed who said, nah, that's bullshit. They just skipped those people. It's called editing, accurate. Nasser, come on.
Yes, and I'm back to being firm on the no aliens thing.
We have a firm no alien stance here.
Yeah, although I think Mark isn't being honest with us. I think Mark, there was something weird about those caveman names you were making up on the spot. Are those actually the alien names? What do you know, Mark?
Ooh, I'll never tell. We all know that aliens weren't around during the caveman days. They came to Earth during the Mayan period, in which they helped them make all those engravings on the wall. You've seen that one of like the Mayan sun god or sun lord on his little rocket ship blasting off into space.
Hold
Come on,
on.
we're all familiar with that.
Are you asking me this because I'm Hispanic or what is that?
You're white. You're not
Mayans
Hispanic.
are Hispanic. I thought they were aliens.
Well,
What the hell?
depends on the Mayan, I suppose.
Wait, aren't you pink? But anyways, Andrew
Ah,
says
man,
they
that-
are, though. It's not even a question anymore. This isn't a theory anymore. What do you mean?
The government's been releasing documents about UFOs, but I don't know if they said anything about aliens.
Yeah, you see, UFO just means unidentified flying object. That means you see something in the sky, you're like, what the fuck is that? It could be a
That's
plane, it could be a meteor, it doesn't matter. So yes, UFOs exist. That's not
It
up
could even
for
be a
question.
wiener.
Yeah, it could
Could
be a
be.
flying wiener. I've seen a few.
Could
of
just
those.
be a Lorena Bobbitt freshly decapitated penis racing through the sky.
I
to
was
its
talking
next
about a
host.
hot dog. I don't know what you
No,
guys
I
are-
wasn't. I was talking about a penis.
Wait, Andrew says, dude,
NASA's
watch
too
the
young to
videos
know
from
who-
NASA?
NASA doesn't send us videos anymore because they blocked me on Twitter.
Send it to me on Twitter. If there's legit a video, we could watch it. But Marcus, you sent us a video, and I'm gonna pull it up here. And you gave me the
Sure, let me-
timestamp.
We gotta have context first, though. For God's
Yeah.
sake, NASA, we need to have context.
Okay, give us the context.
All right, so this is from an episode of Sightings that aired like in 1993 or 94 or something like that. And it's like the most famous episode of the series because it's the one that has these really creepy reenactments of alien greys abducting children in their bedrooms. And it's only like a combined 30 seconds of footage, but it's already better than the entirety of the McPherson tapes, which tries to do the same thing. And I mean, it's gonna look lame as fuck now, but you know, when I was like 8 years old watching this on TV late at night, it spooked the shit out of me. So yeah, let's watch that and just
Yeah, when I wasn't
the
born and
ageism
Mark was
everywhere.
watching TV.
And Hot Dog was, I don't know, what were you doing in '93?
I used to watch Sightings. I don't remember any of them because it was so long ago, but I definitely used to watch it.
How do you not remember that? Weren't you like 40 back then?
Yeah, I was 40. Start the goddamn video.
Okay.
Child, things which to us are instinctive.
The abduction phenomenon begins usually in infancy, or at least by the age of 2, 3, or 4. It continues all
Gene
through
Shalit giving a really
childhood,
shitty review.
all through maturity, and into
Let
old
me
age as
lower
well.
this so we can
I
talk
have
over it
many
and maybe
cases
not
where
get
a
struck.
person's
I don't know if we're
taken
going to
as
get struck or
child,
not.
usually
We're
will
not
be
gonna get
referred
struck
to
over
as the
sightings.
bedroom
People who own sightings don't
visitation.
even
I
know
was
they
laying in
own
bed, I opened
sightings.
my eyes, and here's a little gray
And this
standing there.
is the
looking
one
at
that
me.
spooked me.
And all I could really remember were those dark eyes.
It is as if that person
Mark, did you think they were
becomes
coming for you?
an animal in
I
someone else's
did.
Experiment.
I had a really bad
And
nightmare
that
because of this episode.
little
It was the same
person,
deal. I
as
was in
they-
my bed and I
as he or
looked
she
over and I
grows
thought
to
I saw the
adulthood,
alien
they'll be
just standing there
abducted.
staring at me.
Period of time.
It's
that
probably a
the
shadow
regular
person from the
impulse.
Hollow
Let
Earth
us
or whatever that
assume
bullshit is.
that this is all
Always
being
trying to
made
trick
up.
you.
Don't discount them. That's
that
how they
this
get
is
stronger.
internally generated, that there is no abduction phenomenon. If that's the case, then we have.
Oh, you hear that,
disclosed
Nasser?
something
There is
of
no abduction
enormous
phenomenon.
import.
All right, never
So
mind.
the
What the fuck are we
repercussions of
doing? We're
thousands
wasting
of
our
people
time.
running
Right, why are we watching?
You know what episode of this freaked me out for a very, very long time? There was
Really
one
became
where they
crazy.
claimed aliens
Feeling
were
crazy.
implanting things into
They have
people.
no way.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
And that one scared the shit out of me.
I remember that one because they would point it like there was this tiny lump behind my ear that wasn't there the previous day, and like when I poked at it, this small little like pebble of metal came out. Like the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Of course, I threw it away immediately and didn't bring it around for testing, but you know how it is.
I remember one there was like it looked like almost like a stick was pulled out of somebody that was covered in syrup or sap, and that was just terrifying. Like that was in somebody because of these guys. We got to get them.
not to derail, but I guess it's a little relevant based on what you said, Mark. You know what always cracked me up about the Man of Steel movie was when Superman's dad was like, "We took the metal to a metallurgist," and he couldn't figure out what it was. He had never seen anything like it before, and I'm like, "Yes." And the metallurgist never showed any friends, never told anybody.
Hey, do you mind if I send this to the FBI? Oh, okay, never mind.
Maybe he was a real homie though.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a real homie. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe he was just a really shitty metallurgist. He's like, the fuck is this? Carbon? What the hell is carbon? My God, this is some alien stuff right here.
Nah, if he was in a Latino community, dude, they wouldn't say shit. Maybe he had a Mexican or a Latinx, excuse me, a Latinx metallurgist who respected the community.
What do you know about the Latinx? You know, Latinx sounds like an alien name.
Could be your next book.
Oh.
Latinxters.
Latinxers.
100 days to anal probing.
Oh no! Oh, no!
That would probably be your biggest seller. Not even joking.
It'll get you a whole new algorithm on Amazon, I promise you.
Oh man, let's see. BA. Well, no, there's exclamation points. How should I say this? Should I say it excited?
You gotta yell.
BA. BA. Says, I just saw a
Gross.
video saying the government released 4 files on the 4 known types of aliens.
What government?
I thought there was only one type of alien. I thought it was like illegal alien and
Little
Is that the only
chiefs. Little one.
one? I don't know. There's illegal. Is there? What are the other 3?
Well, allegedly, there's reptilians,
Reptilians. Okay.
which are, of course, of evil intent.
Huh,
I don't know. I guess there's a few more, but I've always heard grays and then the reptilians.
Now, the theory I've heard is that aliens aren't from another planet. They're actually evolved humans from millions of years in the future using their time machines to come back to our time period and study us. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
It's dumb.
that kind of sucks, I know. It is
Yeah,
dumb.
that's disappointing. Pick up
I
some
remember-
Blu-rays.
I think they're Zorax from the planet Ilgar, and they've come across space to, I don't know, take over our world. Some gay like
to
that.
just pull anal hijinks off
Yeah, or
rest of
just
people.
to shove
So-
rods up our asses just to see if they can do it.
So you guys know I'm like super gullible, but when I was a kid, of course,
Yeah,
I was
oh,
even
yeah.
more gullible. And I remember like watching all the
Yeah,
alien
you remember that
stuff on
time your
History Channel.
uncle put on an alien mask? He got a Party City, and then he came in and probed you. And you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm being abducted.
You also got mad you never got that free bike from the back of that van.
I know. Weirdly
sorry, I
enough, I
talked
can't
over you,
remember
Master.
anything that happened after I got in the van. I just know I didn't get the bike. I just can't
They offered me a Pepsi that tasted weird. And next thing I knew, I was laying on the street corner without a bike.
Yeah,
Poor
Pepsi
pants.
or a Sprite. I can't remember. There was soda. I never got the candy. But anyways, I would always watch like the alien stuff on the History Channel, and I was so gullible because there would always be like, you know, the weirdos that are like, the aliens are real. I see them every week, and I was always like, they're real. That's when I was little. I was like, oh my goodness, they must be real. And when I got older, I'm like,
No, I was
wait,
like
they're
that
not
too.
real.
I wanted to believe all that stuff just because I wanted to, because it made the world more interesting. So every time I watch Sightings or Unsolved Mysteries, and they're like, hey bro, Loch Ness Monster, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Loch Ness Monster, it's real.
Yes, I love that cryptid stuff as a kid. I remember one time I had my mom buy me this big book about different like strange mysteries. This is probably the title of the book. I was about to say I don't even remember the title, but that's probably it. And it had a bunch of stuff like that. And I was always hoping it was real. I don't know, because all that stuff is so cool. But then when you get older, you're just like, nah, it's
Yeah,
bull crap. It's but no, yeah, the Loch Ness Monster was always interesting, and but it's
Yeah,
it's just it
I
gets
was in
it gets
school and I was like, yeah, Team Nessie. And then that one kid from Canada would be like, nah, man, Team Ogopogo. And so we beat his ass.
I hate Canada.
Ogopogo, fuck you, kid.
Oh man, I don't know. I always thought that one was cool, Nessie, because I was always like, what if it's like a dinosaur, man? But then I'm like, no, those things are all dead. They died a long time ago. People just see like a log in the ocean and they're like, ooh, it's Nessie.
But like really deep in the water, it could have survived, man.
Right.
Yeah,
If one of
yeah,
these
that's
things
the
were real, what
case.
do you guys think it would be? If there's like one, just one of them.
One cryptid?
Yeah, like a cryptid or something strange, or you know, like I'm having a hard time thinking of examples. I didn't really prepare.
I
for
don't
this.
want it to be. I don't want it to be like, you know, a really lame, easy one, like one of the many Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Yeti ones. Like, oh, it's an ape man. That's lame. I want it to be one of the really fucking weird ones, like the Loveland Frogman or the Mothman or
Yeah.
the Dover Demon. That thing is ridiculous. I wanna be
Jersey
one of
Devil
those.
would be nice.
Or like the
yeah,
Bat
walking
Boy
flying
one,
goat man. Say what?
Who?
the Bat Boy one in the
Bad
Oh,
Boy
Weekly
Weekly
World
World
National
News.
Dude, that was the
thing.
scariest fucking thing I'd ever seen. It was right at my grocery store.
Oh,
Right?
man.
It's just this really obvious,
Oh
like
my
they used
God.
Photoshop, like the stretch feature to just like move his face features around. It's like, in N64 when you put in Mario 64 and you can like grab his face and stretch it around. They just did that in Photoshop to a little kid's face and put it on the cover of National Enquirer, and everyone shit their pants.
Dude, it was
I
so
remember-
terrifying.
I remember asking my parents sometimes for Weekly World News when we were at the grocery store, and they're like, "No, it's a waste of money." I'm like, "But why? What if it's real? What if there really were Martians that landed on this farm?"
The reason they wouldn't buy it for you is because the one and only time they bought it for you, you read like the first article, and then you went running to them like, "Mommy, Daddy, like, is Elvis dead? If he's not dead, then how does he have erectile dysfunction?" And they never bought you the magazine again. You ruined it for yourself.
I
Nancy.
feel like
Oh.
Elvis could have been a cryptid if he stayed the course of being seen at like Circle
getting
K's
fatter
and
and
shit.
fatter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, can you imagine like seeing that in the middle of the night? This big fat old guy in sunglasses and like a rhinestone-studded jumpsuits, like singing songs and trying to do karate, and be like,
But it was weird. Like he was getting seen at gas stations and Kmart's and shit for a while. Like it was like a whole subculture of these Elvis sightings.
You know
remember
what?
that.
If
Yeah,
one
he
of
was
these
like
things is
Bigfoot.
real, I hope it's Elvis. I hope it's
Yeah.
Elvis really survived.
And the weird thing is that, I mean, obviously in hindsight, it was just the proliferation of Elvis impersonators who did like lounges and shows in Vegas and stuff. But the reason it was probably always Elvis impersonators is because they always appeared, these sightings, they appeared as Elvis,
Yeah.
precisely how you would imagine him, in the rhinestone-studded jumpsuit,
Right.
sunglasses. And
Like that
doing
last
his
Elvis
boogie-woogie
show, the
dances.
famous one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the one where he was just like fat and
Yeah.
drug addled and couldn't remember his own lyrics, like I'm a honko burning
But,
something.
Yeah, in these
oh."
sightings, he'd never be low key. He'd always had maybe a scarf, the gaudy glasses, same accent. Like wouldn't even fucking try. Which I guess if you're a fat dead slob, why would you try? Who do you got to impress?
Bubba Hotep, based on a true story.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell just said that he's retiring the Ash character because he physically can't play him anymore. But you know who he's finally ripe enough to play for the rest of his life? Elvis from Bubba Hotep. We could get like a bunch of Bubba Hotep sequels. He wouldn't even need to put makeup on. He's already.
Don Coscarelli was talking about doing a Bubba Hotep series or a Bubba Hotep movie and a Phantasm series. I forget which. It was one and the other.
Man, he talks about that shit a lot, but never does anything. He's been doing that for 20 years. I don't know. I mean, he was talking about doing Bubba Nosferatu as like the sequel to
Forever.
Bubba Hotep, and then just never fucking did it. And then he talked about Phantasm 5 for like 25 years, and then it finally got made, and he didn't even direct it, and some other dude did. It's like, I don't know what the hell Don Coscarelli does for a living, but it's not making movies.
Yeah,
So-
what does he do?
So BA or BA because it's an exclamation point says I would say Giants would be the mostly real thing. No, but I mean like Giants clearly that's been a real thing.
How
but
big
I-
were Giants?
I don't know, like 10 feet,
Like,
15
That's
feet,
not-
like
20
Andre
feet,
the
you know.
Giant, just really tall people. Or are we
Yeah.
talking like Troll Hunter stuff where they
Yeah, that's what I mean.
tall? Yeah.
No, but I mean like which one of these things that are most likely not real would you hope would be like real? Like I think the Elvis one would just be hilarious. Because all those people that are like, I saw Elvis at the gas station. They'd be like, no, I was right, it was him. I don't know.
I love the idea of Elvis as a cryptid, and not just like one Elvis, just like hundreds
Yeah.
of fat, drug-addled Elvises just out there in the wild getting sighted in like suburban areas. Like you hear your trash cans getting knocked over in the middle of the night, you think it's raccoons, but when you turn the
But
porch light on, it's Elvis.
He left a hunk of burning love on my doorstep.
Yeah, I would like for that one to be real. Although it would really be cool though if they did find like a dinosaur or something. In
I
like,
got a
the
great
middle
idea.
of the jungle.
We gotta go camping.
Africa yeah. If you want to,
We gotta go camping. And we
get
like
by aliens.
poke through feces and we're like, these are Elvis feces. I think we're on the
that was always
trail.
funny. We're on the trail. Like, this is a peanut butter and pickle sandwich inside this stool.
I'd know this anywhere.
That was always the funniest part of that show on the History Channel called Monster Hunters or Monster Quest, whatever they called it. Is they would always go out into the wild because they're trying to find, like, I don't know, the folk monster, or they're trying to find Makulamembe in Africa or some bullshit. And they would just find shit in the middle of the woods, and they put it in a bag and send it to the lab. It's like, is this Bigfoot scat? We'll tell you at the end of the episode. And then they just discreetly, before the credits, be like, no, it was pig shit.
Well,
Like, roll
did you hear what
credits.
happened with that show? It turned out all those guys were just a bunch of fecal philiacs. They just kept sending shit to each other, fucking around. They didn't even know half the turds were.
I hate shows like that so much because they always end up being like they follow the formula of it's like, ooh, we could be on to something. Find out after the commercial break. And they always want to hype it up before the commercial. They're like, this could be big, this could be legendary, this could be, and they show it in like the previews like that. And then after the commercial, they're like, oh, it was nothing. We're back to square one.
It's like the chapter transitions in a Goosebumps book. Where, like,
Yes.
the kid would be like, and then she felt a hand touch her shoulder. End of chapter. Next chapter. But it was just her brother telling her it's time for dinner. And, like, every chapter would be like that. Until you finally got to the end.
Speaking of aliens and Goosebumps, I don't remember which Goosebumps it was, but there was one that pissed me off because the chapter was from the aliens' perspective after we just followed this kid for most of the book. And the aliens were like feeling the kid's pulse, and one of them told the other, it's not breathing. And I was like, is the kid dead? And then the next chapter starts with the aliens, and it's like, no, they don't breathe through their arms like we do. They breathe from their noses. I was like, I got so pissed off.
Funny. Come on, that was actually pretty good. For R.L. Stine, that's pretty clever.
It's funny looking back at it, but it pissed me off as a kid. Since the special episode, wow, we talk about aliens, we get so many new people in here. Maybe we should do this instead of talking about movies. If
we just talked about old, like, 90s, and we can't do Unsolved Mysteries because we'll get copyright struck, but if we talk about garbage nobody cares about, like Sightings or In Search Of, we could do something with that.
Yeah, we could do this whenever nobody does the homework, aka every week.
There's a bunch of episodes of the 80s Ripley's Believe It or Not that are up on YouTube. And those have some ridiculous, like, shit. And those are always so funny. That's the one with Jack Palance as the host. And some of those Ripley's Believe It or Not, like, it's not even like, ooh, this is unbelievable. It's just like, did you know that in parts of Central Asia, they eat rice with 2 tiny sticks? Believe it or not. And you're like, oh, really?
Some of the episodes are like, ooh, Italians. Speaking of Italians, I think I got to pull up the meme we were laughing at from earlier, the Lovecraft one. Let me open it up on Twitter. Let me find it here. It shouldn't be that buried. Why is it so buried? Okay, here it is. Posting. No, I was just retweeting my comic a lot. Everybody back, critters. I mean creepsters. We've got a week left. Link is in the description. Let me share my screen. I found it. So this is Rhode Island, 1924. Okay, you got to read this one, Mark. You do the Italian voice.
Hey, Mr. Lovecraft, you want to try the calzone? What a great monstrosity shall inspire my most frightening story yet. H.P. Lovecraft, the scary Italian.
I'm so happy with the interaction this thing got. It got 8 retweets and 27 likes. But of course, Mark, you got like
steal it from onegianthand.com, just like you stole everything else in your life.
Right. But of course, Mark, you got like 200,000 likes on the tweet the other day, and then people were ripping you off, weren't they?
They were screenshotting that and taking off my my handle and my name and then reposting it. Motherfuckers.
It was so funny that Weenie came across it on another social media, and he was like, Mark, isn't this what you said?
Like, oh, God. My meme that I couldn't possibly monetize has been stolen. Think of all the non-existent dollars I've lost.
Oh, poor Mark. What do you guys in the chat think about all this? Do you guys believe in aliens?
Or Italians?
No,
we all know Italians aren't real. They're too silly.
Special episode says, what did he name his cat? I think Mark named it Goblin, right?
Yes, that's exactly
Goblin
right.
these nuts.
That's what he meant. Okay.
Oh,
Do you
you
ever
got
say
the
that?
these nuts meme right, Nasser. You're learning.
Mark, please tell me you say that to your cat sometimes. Like when you're talking shit.
No,
Wait, oh.
because the tense doesn't work if I talk directly to my cat. Like, hey, Goblin, these nuts. It doesn't work.
No, it's Goblin on these nuts, you know?
Okay. When you introduce Goblin to people, you'd be like, they're like, oh, what's your cat? You're like, Goblin these nuts.
Oh, yeah, and then they call the police, and Goblin gets taken away from me, and I go to prison.
Then Goblin's not gobbling any nuts anymore. I know. I see your point.
Jackson the cat is one of two possible names. Well, Goblin's one. What's the other one?
Okay, we'll just call him Nasser Man. My cat Nasser Man. My very faithful black cat. Nasser.
Is that it? I don't know. Maybe it's close.
You know what cryptid I could see being real is one of those big thunderbirds in like South America. You know, those big giant
things
eagles
that fly in the sky where everyone should be able to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
But
more
in
visible
the jungle. In the jungle.
Okay,
Oh,
what would you guys do? Let's say like if you guys saw one like whatever Weenie just said, or let's say you saw like a dinosaur, but you had like your phone's broken, you can't take a picture of it, and you see it briefly and then it disappears. Would you tell people that you saw it?
Hey, everybody! I just saw a fucking dinosaur. Yeah, no. I think if I had any sort of unexplainable encounter, I would just keep it to myself because you just you'd look like a liar or a retard if you.
Like,
I mean, you see the people who actually go out publicly and say that they saw an alien. They're always like stupid. I'm sorry, but
yes.
I've binge watched like 50 episodes of Sightings on YouTube, and it's always just like. And then the dang old alien came on down, and he was just like, "Hey, why don't you get on up my ship?" Like, oh dang! So I got up on up in his ship, and then he just shoved it right up my ass. I thought he was going to have some Budweisers, but no, he just stuffed his tip on
Is
my
that
ass.
Boomhauer?
Yeah,
Are you doing Boomhauer?
Yeah, they're fucking fag aliens, man. They're all fags up there.
What?
Planet
What
Z, know where they're from?
What scenario would you rather have then? We've got two scenarios because that's all that cryptids lead to. It's either one, you see it, nobody else sees it, and you either try to tell everybody, but no one believes you, and you just look crazy, you know, and that's just what you deal with. Or the other scenario is that you're the dumb kid, and the Loch Ness monster slid into your backpack. Nobody can find out because they'll take them away from you, and you're just trying to set it free.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you know, it's like Harry and the Hendersons, where it's like, oh man, I just met Mothman. He's really cute. Can we keep him? And you take him back to your suburban home, but oh, he causes too many hijinks and shenanigans.
Just causing night terrors for the whole house.
Well, no, it's like he's like, we can't leave Mothman alone at home. We better put some sunglasses and a baseball cap on him and take him to school with you. Don't worry, the other kids will think he's just a foreign exchange student. But oh, he's getting into all sorts of rascally nonsense.
I see you're familiar with my scenario.
Yeah. Oh, haven't we all lived it? It was a rite of passage, you know?
So what would you rather have then? If you had to pick one or the other?
I'd rather have the little monster and I couldn't
I want
tell
the
anybody.
fun ET adventure.
But at the end, you have to send him to the woods and say, go on, get out of here, and throw rocks at him.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Really
You have
when
to.
It's really weird when it's the Loch Ness monster and you're trying to release her into the woods. Like, go, get out of here. And she's like,
Do you ever see that video where that kid's like, he's like, today's the day I'm setting my turtle free, and he just throws his turtle or his tortoise in a lake.
just chucks it into a lake.
You know, if I saw a dinosaur or some sort of monster, I couldn't tell you guys because if I told you guys, I'd be like, guys, I just saw a dinosaur, and then Weenie would be like, did you lick its nuts or something? Like you would say,
I would not ask if you licked its nuts.
You would.
They'll be like, oh, what dinosaur did you see, man? The Probosaurus Rex? Did it shove its tail up your ass? Is that what happened? Oh, high five.
What is that, a new phrase for a bear, but it's like a really big dude, and he's got shingles?
Oh, Triceratops? Isn't that what your boyfriend calls a dildo? He shoves up your ass. It all comes back to
you make us sound like terrible friends, Nasser.
Sometimes you can be.
You're the one who's leaving that racist meme up on the screen, man.
It's not a racist meme. It's a Lovecraft meme.
Oh yeah, you can't be racist towards Italians.
And Lovecraft can't be racist.
I mean, I was gonna say because they're white, but we all know Italians aren't white.
Yeah, they're not white. Like
They're not even human.
there's the episode of Family Guy. Well, this cutaway in Family Guy where it shows like founding. I would love to pull it up because it's kind of funny, but I'm gonna get struck even though it's like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and
Yeah.
it shows them like founding America, and then Peter's like, "Oh yes, and everybody will have rights except for women and blah blah blah," blah. And then he goes down the list, and then he's like, "Nobody except whites, but whites." So no Italians, no Polish, only people from Scotland, England, and Ireland, and only certain parts of Scotland and Ireland, I think he says. And he's like, actually, no, nobody gets any rights.
They had a pretty good one on last week's episode. That was the crime noir parody.
Oh,
episode.
I loved it.
And
the fat man
so
always thinks twice.
Yeah, and he's showing a photo from a crime scene, and it's of these gangsters like gunning someone down. And it's like, I knew it. The mafia was involved. Like, how do you know those gangsters are mafia? Like, do you know any other Italians who can afford Italian suits?
It was the only good Family Guy episode since they did the Terminator parody. And I
three
just
seasons ago.
yes, it was. And
was it a whole episode that was a Terminator parody?
Yeah.
But
you guys are excitedly saying yeah back and forth. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know if he was gonna. I didn't know if Mark was gonna add anything. But no, I think Family Guy's at the point where the only good episodes now are just the straight up parody ones because the regular stuff is just not working. Like they had the cringe episode where like Peter and Quagmire switched underwear, so they were acting like each other, which is just really stupid. And then they had the episode where like Peter turns his father-in-law's house into a hotel or something, and it's just not funny.
Yeah. No, I mean I think the last funny one, you're right, Nasser, was it was another one of those fantasy episodes. It was one of those anthology ones where they're all imagining themselves as like famous sports stars. Like,
that one was good, yeah.
But that was one, like you said, it's like it doesn't follow the continuity of the series. It's just like a random, like goofy one. But yeah, that's when the show's funny.
Yeah,
this
is
the
continuity.
This isn't the Peter-nomicon. This is the Kinonomicon.
Could be.
I was right. I was working on our new logo and everything.
Now when you guys say Peter, do you mean Peter Griffin or do you mean penises? Because I assume the latter.
Which one do you want it to mean?
Lord Nemesis in the chat says dinosaurs are pathetic. They couldn't even survive the Ice Age.
If the Ice Age was even real.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah. As
I
we
don't
all
think
know,
it was
the
real.
Earth is only 6,000 years old. I mean, dinosaurs weren't real. The Earth is 6,000 years old, and their bones are put in the Earth by Satan to confuse us.
In that reality, were woolly mammoths real?
I never bothered to ask that question. Are woolly mammoths real?
I'm sure
they also put in the ground by Satan to confuse us.
God,
was everything put in the ground by Satan to confuse us?
Yes.
Are earthworms real?
No, I hate worms. I hate bugs. I have a worm story that always makes me cringe. We were putting we used to have a tree in our backyard. We don't anymore, but we would rake up the leaves and put them in bags. And one time when I was a kid, I would put my hand into the bag to press down the leaves to make space. I pulled my hand out and there was a worm on it, and I screamed. I really hate bugs.
I have a worm story. One time I ate undercooked pork and I shat worms.
Really?
They just blew out?
No. They just it was like confetti, right? Like, you know, like one of those party poppers on New Year's, like.
But a sadder kazoo sound was played.
Huh. Anyway,
well, you know when
dinosaurs
in
are real.
Poltergeist, dinosaurs weren't real. Or
Can we
real?
agree on that, guys? I mean, we agree on aliens, right?
Yeah.
Do we agree on dinosaurs? Yes or no?
I'll say yes, they were real.
Okay, Mark.
My opinion hinges on whether or not they look like the cool dinosaurs from like Jurassic Park, or if they were giant chickens. Because if they were giant fucking chickens, then no, they weren't real.
That always pissed me off. Like when you see like those articles that like scientists say dinosaurs might have had feathers. I'm like, no, they didn't. They had cool, rough skin that looked like leather.
I'll say
T-Rex
this.
didn't wear a furry boa.
I'm very open-minded. I don't care about people, lifestyle choices, but I am very anti-dinosaur. However, I believe they were real. I'm just against them, period. I don't want anything to do with them.
Oh,
Why are
you're
you against
bigoted
them?
towards dinosaurs. That's
They disgust me. They smell.
very
They ruin it.
close-minded of you.
They ruin everything around us. Let's be real.
But I'm sure they'd like
So
you. I mean, they would like wieners, wouldn't
You'd
they?
hope so.
How many
A lot of
times
people.
have you been kicked out of the Smithsonian, hot dog? Where it's just like, get him out of here, get him out of America. They don't belong
Quit
here. fucking
glamorizing
dinosaurs."
dinosaurs. Just knocking the toys out of children's hands.
Yeah.
These are not fucking heroes. These are fucking monsters. Are dinosaurs only cryptids if they're alive today?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, if it's an animal that we know is real and existed, is just extinct, but we find one, is it a cryptid? It's like if the thylacine, the Tasmanian wolf, if we discovered one out in the wild, would that really be a cryptid? It's just an extinct animal that turned out to have a few still alive. That's not a cryptid. It's
Right.
just a rare animal.
Hmm.
These are some big think questions, man. I don't know.
Who knew
We're
we'd
gonna
get
have
so
to
deep?
ponder these. I know.
So why did the dinosaurs go extinct?
Is this a joke? Am I supposed to say why, Nasser? And then you have a punchline.
Yeah, you're just gonna say
No.
gentrification or something from a meteor?
No,
What are
that's
you
not what I was
doing?
going to say.
Is this a bit?
Cultural
No.
appropriation drove them to extinction.
Okay, it was the Italians. That's the joke.
God.
Ah, man, they kill everything. I don't know why we should be afraid of Italians. They were the most incompetent of the Axis powers. No one took them seriously. You ever see
Mark,
Mussolini? That guy looks like a fucking clown. Come on.
Didn't you have something you said you wanted to talk about? Some short story that Spielberg ripped off or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
I
talk
read
about
this
real
Richard-
steel.
Reels. I still
To
haven't
distract
read that
from me
story.
stealing gremlins.
That's okay. I mean, everybody rips off. No, you should be listening, Nasser, because everybody rips off Richard Matheson. You can't help it. I read this short story he wrote back in the 50s called "Through Channels," and it's like, hey, you ever want to see the video Dead or Poltergeist or Terrorvision if it took place in 1954 instead of the 80s? Well, that's exactly what it was. I think it's like the very first example of analog horror. It's really short, though. You can read the whole thing in like 7 minutes. But basically, it's about this kid explaining to some cops, he's being recorded, that while he was watching TV with his family, the TV changed to a different channel by itself, and these words appeared on the screen, these letters, F-E-E-D. They didn't know what that meant. And then he got up to go to the room, and when he came back to the living room, his parents had all been like eaten, like, and their body parts are everywhere. And he saw some sort of like worm thing crawling back into the TV screen. And then the one of the E's disappeared, and it just said F-E-D, fed. And that was the end of the story. It's really weird. But it's like anytime you see a horror movie where a monster comes out of the television and eats people or kills people, that all goes back to Richard Matheson. Fucking Poltergeist ripped off 2 Richard Matheson stories. They ripped off that one, monsters coming out of the TV, and Little Girl Lost, that short story that got adapted for the Twilight Zone. Little girl like falls into another dimension inside her house.
I love
and they
that
have to get her
episode.
out. Yeah, that's a really good one. But Richard Matheson was pissed, and I think he might have even sued Spielberg for ripping off 2 of his stories. And I think the way Steven Spielberg got around the loss Matheson to write a bunch of episodes of amazing stories.
Jack Savinka says the chicken thing has to do with dinos being cold-blooded. I don't care. If I'm going to think about dinosaurs, I'm going to think about them looking cool.
Feathers suck. I like the really old school dinosaurs where nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. The T-Rex that stands like on like erect and has its tail like dragging behind it like Godzilla posture.
Yeah.
It's the kind of like dino. If I'm going to picture a T-Rex, that's the T-Rex I want. Not one of those weird hunched over so it uses its tail for ballast kind of bullshit from Jurassic Park. No, I want the big lumbering T-Rex that wrestled all of its food into submission.
Manticore says they are still alive. I think he's talking about dinosaurs. The interesting thing about that is none of the people that are like, I saw it in the jungle. None of those people are ever like, it had such feathers. They're always like, yeah, it was a monster.
It had such feathers there.
I saw the feathers and I was like, there's got to be some way for me to monetize this.
That's Nasser's like explorer tough voice. It had such feathers.
I don't know why that's my voice. Why is that my voice? I don't sound
That's
like
what
that.
you said.
Do I really? I
It
did the
had
voice
such
too.
feathers like a goose down pillow. Oh my goodness, it was so soft.
Let's see. Jack Zavinka says that's the best Dresden Files book. He rides a reanimated T-Rex. I don't know what that is. What is that?
He's a wizard.
Who?
It's like he's like a wizard in a noir setting, I think, like a wizard detective.
Huh.
Right? Mark, you know books. Right?
I have not read the Detective Wizard series, but I'll have to look that one up.
Detective Noir Wizard. Huh.
I think so. I'm not that familiar. I don't really like fantasy.
I don't know. But
Like, I'm Detective Dresden, private wizard. And it's just him
Wizard
taking
eye.
a really long piss for 200 pages. Yeah.
He's a piss wizard, is what you're saying.
He's a private wizard, yeah.
you know, speaking of noir, I'm trying to figure out how to write a horror noir.
Lots of
I don't know, you
fedoras.
just you don't include any color. There you go.
No,
Just write a black and white
Wow.
book, Nasser. You can do that.
Huh?
How
I
hard
guess
could
so.
it be?
Speaking of that, I watched Dick Tracy today, and they say dick a
Ooh.
lot in it, which is surprising.
They do. You said you didn't like Dick Tracy. I was
It
surprised.
kind of sucked, I thought.
Yeah, I remember
The makeup
liking
was
that
cool.
one. Yeah, all the Dick Tracy villains, those weird, deformed fucking freaks. That was my favorite part of the movie. I can't remember what the damn plot was, but I
Yeah.
remember all the weird monster.
I think that's the
criminals.
problem with it. Yeah, is it considered body horror when everyone's so freakish looking?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what was that one guy? He dies at the very beginning. I think his name is Littleface, where he's just like a guy with
No,
like
it's
a huge
Starface.
head and a tiny face.
Yeah. And Hammerhead, and you got all these weird they definitely looked out of Henenlotter or something,
Yeah. Like even the ones who are supposed to be kind of normal, like Flat Top and was it Mr. Big? Like they still look really like ugly, messed up.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird choices, a lot of use of matte paintings and things, probably because they wanted it to look like a comic book.
Yeah, and so they went for the 4-color style of like a 1930s Sunday newspaper comic. So like everything's either green, yellow, red, or I don't know, blue. Something like that.
Yeah. And it felt like they were just kind of like, I don't know, let's just do Batman again, I guess.
I don't know if they
Yeah,
want
it came out in that. So that was that weird time in like the late 80s, early 90s where retro 30s and 40s media was huge, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the 1989 Batman, and Dick Tracy and The Rocketeer. All these movies that were like going for that like Hollywood golden age kind of
the
setting.
good old days.